Is it okay if a man says, you know what? Nah, I'm think I'm gonna fall back from you because is that okay?
Yeah. Everybody, hey, everybody reserves the right to say no.
Yeah, to say no.
And I would rather you tell me that up front than we get,
serious
begin to seem like it's getting serious, and now you having second thoughts because now all of a sudden you worried about what people thinking, or you are looking at me like
you're supposed to be here and
dang, she ain't got this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, I told you that.
I told you that.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
It should be okay if a woman says, you know what, I think I would rather my man be a little bit more established.
Yeah.
And the man not be like, oh, you stuck up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that back in the day when they would try to holler at us and be like, no, thank you. And they're like, you ain't that cute no way. Okay.
So one of the topics that we heard and we just wanted to kind of expand on it from a podcast we were listening to was the idea of, could you date somebody if they were on the up and up, or if they were coming up? So could you date a man or a woman if they were on the come up?
Right. So basically it was like, if you've got yourself pretty much established,
yes,
right, in your career, in your money,
established,
you're established in your life, and then you meet somebody who they're not there, but they're working toward it, and they're actively working toward it. Could you be with them?
And you see that they're actively working towards it, because we could always say it, action speaks louder than words, but just to see it and then know that hear that they're actively coming up kind of is what we mean. Correct. So what do you think?
I say yes. And for me now, back in the day, that I probably should have said no.
You would have said no? Or
I should have said no.
Back in the day.
Yeah, because I did, there were some, it was like, oh, I would give benefit of doubts so often and too easily, I think. And then it was like, okay, so you're not going to do nothing. So, but to our point, if it is like for real, like you set goals, you are actively working toward those goals, you're checking off goals here and there, then yeah, I could definitely be with somebody that's on the come up, because we all had to start somewhere.
Right. And even if my start is later on in life, like not me per se, but just saying, even if that up and coming was later on, like I'm in my 40s and I'm used to, we're brand new in a relationship. Yeah, we're brand new in a relationship. I tell you, hey, I guess you could really go in deep detail, because it's kind of like story's gonna build up. Like, how old are you? Why are you just not coming up? Do you got this? Do you got kids? Did you go bankrupt? It's like there's so many so many roads. But the fact of the matter is yes. Right? The fact of the matter is, if I was up and coming, you saw that I was working hard, I'm grinding, and I've truthfully told you, hey, I'm rebuilding. You can see it. Could you date me?
Yeah. If you're honest you're honest about what's going on.
Honesty.
And you just said something. You said, I'm rebuilding.
Yeah.
You didn't say I'm just now starting.
I'm just now starting. Look, hey, I know it's a little late. I'm in my 50s.
Now that would be
just
a little
moved
different.
out my mama's basement. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
that would be a little bit different. So, I think all of those factors play a part in whether it's a yes or no. Yes. So if you're honest about it, yes. If you're working toward it, yes. If you're rebuilding because of, because life be happening.
Yeah, if you're rebuilding, yes.
Life be out here lifing, right? Does. And so we all get that now. I think I can also say that because of where I came from, because I've come from somewhere and I've had to rebuild or, come be on the come up or whatnot. And now if I'm somebody that's never been through that, it might be a different story.
You might be thinking twice.
Yeah. So, I say all the time that our experiences shape our perspective. So, if I haven't experienced anything like that, I might look at you like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're rebuilding? Why would you have to rebuild? Why would you, So, the fact that I've been there, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I can give you the benefit of the doubt.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I agree 100%. That's what I would say.
Do you think it's harder? I wonder do you think it's harder for women to say yes to that than it is to men for men to say yes to that?
Not being like biased or anything or sexist or a male chauvinist. I think it is harder for women because women are a little more guarded, with their heart, with their mind. Not saying men aren't guarded as well, but we are known to hit the Bible says we're gonna work to the sweat of our brow. We're gonna get out here and grind and we're going to figure out a way. Most of us, yes. I can only speak for myself, but we're gonna, I think society has played men as the ones that we should have our stuff together. Yeah. So when we find our wife, or even when we start dating, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I think it is harder for women to say. Even if we're dating, you should be. It should be okay for you to come to me, and I should be okay with you coming and you're up and coming because by society, I should already have my stuff together. From the norms, from society, what society has us thinking as portrayed.
Well, we know life ain't always
like that, especially now with inflation.
Oh gosh. Okay. But I think again, just first of all, I think it's easier for a man to say, "Oh yeah, I can beat you on the, on the up and coming," than it is for a woman, just because of what you said, because how society portrays it.
Yes.
Like, wait a minute, you hit this guy and he got what kind of car? Mm-hmm. Or he don't have no car?
He ain't got no car. He walking?
He don't have no car.
He walking to work every day?
Right. Or he catching a bus. And you don't live in the city. So it's like a perception thing. Perception. And so it's so many things that play into that. However, again, experience shapes perspective. So if I've been through something, or I've seen somebody close to me go through something, so I have a different perspective. So I'm like, I get it.
Yeah,
right.
I can understand why you feel that way, but then I understand why. Maybe you should try or consider. That's. So, but now the thing is, is it okay if a man says, you know what? Nah, I'm think I'm gonna fall back from you because is that okay? Everybody reserves the right to say no.
Yeah, to say no. And I would rather you tell me that up front than we get,
serious.
Begin to seem like it's getting serious, and now you having second thoughts because now all of a sudden you worried about what people thinking, or you are looking at me like
you're supposed to be here. And
she ain't got this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, I told you that. I told you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
It should be okay if a woman says, you know what, I would rather my man be a little bit more established. Yeah. And the man not be like, oh, you stuck up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like that back in the day when they would try to holler at us and be like, no, thank you. And they were like, you ain't that cute, no way. Okay.
You ain't cute either.
I wasn't even trying to okay. But
that's real.
Yeah. So it should definitely be okay to say
no.
To say no.
Man, I agree.
Especially if we're upfront in the beginning.
Then that's the sign of you being mature and then honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And mature because you're honest with the person. You know, it takes a lot to be that brutally honest. You know what? I think I'm okay.
So that makes me think, though, like, so if that's the case, like you said, you say no to me, right? In the beginning. I'm saying, if you say no, like you're not willing to do that, and then I go and I get myself together, and I come,
two sides to every coin.
I wonder, like,
we can try it again.
You see me, maybe I don't even come to you, right? But you see me that I done made it.
I mean, then you shoot your shot
come
again.
Up.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you think I should say?
I would say no. You know what? I'm good too.
Back then you ain't want me.
Yeah, back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Y'all on me.
Oh yeah. I don't even remember.
Mike Jones.
Oh, who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
What was his number?
I don't remember.
I can't remember his number.
I don't remember.
I already had to get it disconnected because everybody was calling.
So yeah, that's dope. Anyway,
yeah,
like the Alicia Keys song. Yeah. I told y'all. Anyway, squirrel moment.
Bring it on back.
Yeah. So, could you be with somebody who was on the come up?
The come up.
On the come up. They ain't there yet, but they're working on it. They've been honest about what they've got going on, and all the things. Could you do it?
All the things. Could you do it?
Yes or no? Let us know. Hey y'all, thank y'all once again for tuning in to Beyond Expressions on Xpressions LLC TV. We hope that you enjoyed this conversation. Today's episode is brought to you by Xpressions LLC, where you can
be seen,
be heard,
and express yourself.
Absolutely, y'all. Make sure that you tune in next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And always remember to express yourself.